Hi everyone, it's your model railroader EMDSC14R coming live from the Keystone State. It is approximately 12:13 a.m. on the 7th of January 2014, and I just recently finished my heavy modifications on this my NJT E8 number 4245. Let me show you what I did. Obviously, you can clearly see on the front the detailed west plow. This is a 313 detail west plow used on the Southern Pacific and I think on the Western Pacific. And one of the main reasons I chose this plow was because the original front pilot was sitting up way too high. So let me use this as an illustration. The original front pilot, the lip of it came up to here. Now that's not prototypical at all. If you look at the plow now, it's at a prototypical height, which is amazingly awesome. I still got my shelf coupler on the front. I did have to do some modification to open up this pilot, this cast metal pilot, to accommodate the coupler there. Oops. Sorry about that. I am really tired right now, so please bear with me if I mess up some things, because I'm really just tired. Let me just clear this stuff out of the way. As you can see, it's got the little steps here, and that's one of the reasons why I like these details west plows, because they're nice and sturdy. I actually, you can cut and mill as much of the inside as you need to without compromising the overall strength. And since I used the Zap-A-Gap glue on it, it's even stronger now. To remove the original pilot, I just used my Dremel tool, but I had to be extra careful because the River Rossi plastic is very susceptible to heat. If you keep it in one area too long, it will have a tendency to melt and warp, and that's what happened here. Now you guys saw that the last time at my Christmas Eve project. You guys saw that last time, but you guys know that it's been fixed, and it has, so there's no worries about that. So that's one of the main that's the major modification there, one of them. And then the other one is back here on the roof. Now if you guys saw the previous videos on this unit, you saw all the steam generator details on this section. What I did is I used where's that exact on it? That boy's bad. I can't find it right now, but I used a special round X-Acto knife blade to remove the steam generator details, and I realized when I removed the first steam generator details, there were holes here. So what I did is I cut out the holes here, and I put the .250 block of styrene in here, cut the length to fill in the gaps, and the Zap-A-Gap glue automatically fills in the gaps. But I made sure that when I put these blocks in, that when I sanded them smooth, they would fill in any cracks here. I used actually my Dremel tool to shape the arc mostly, and left a couple millimeters above the roof, and I used my both of my hand files, my large files, to contour the roof. Now all the rivet details have been removed, and that's okay. I will put new ones on there. You can get those from micro scale. You're probably wondering, okay, why in the world would you put this kind of plow on an NJT E unit? Well, guys, with all honesty, this NJT E unit never existed on the roster. I looked on the NJT engine roster. They had 4244, but they didn't have any 4240. They didn't have a 4245, and that doesn't make sense to me. And I checked on the NJT roster, man, the original NJT roster, and there was no E8 with this number at all. So I'm not even sure why that is, but since this engine wasn't on the roster at all, I can pretty much make it into anything I want as a what if it was on the roster. And hypothetically, let's say if it was a former Southern E8 and it was damaged in a wreck, and the NJT purchased it, and they actually put a new plow on it, but they actually just used one of these from an old Western Pacific or Southern Pacific F unit. Just a made-up story there. Now you're probably wondering about the steam generator details. Well, those don't need, since they've been removed. This E8 is going to be it's going to have head end power. And the little story I came up with is this is going to be the only E8 used at a Hoboken Terminal. Now, and if anybody remembers back in the 80s when NJT was looking for cheap power, they bought a whole fleet of former Chicago and Northwestern F7As. They rebuilt them. The only thing is, they really didn't like the hills in that area. They really didn't like the hills at all. They were more accustomed to the flat Chicagoland racetrack area. So that's why those units were ultimately retired, among other things, because the new Jeep 40PH-2s were coming online, as well as the F40PHs that they were running at the time. But this is going to be the only E8 to run out of Hoboken Terminal. And it's going to be the only one on the roster, since it doesn't exist on the roster officially anyway, that was equipped with head and power. It does have its original horns. I'm probably going to leave both of those horns alone. Probably going to leave them alone, not change them. This engine will be getting tsunami sound in it. I haven't test ran it yet because I've been just doing so much work on it. Also, I forgot to mention I used my Dremel tool to sand I think I mentioned that. But yeah, if I did, I used my Dremel tool for that. But when I first installed the Pilot, the problem I was having is the frame wasn't lining up with the holes that I originally used for the mounting blocks. So I had to go in here and re-mill it out, test fit it, re-mill it out, test it. Finally, I got everything to settle right and fit right, and it looks immaculate. I mean, I've had this unit for years and never been really able to run it. When it was in its original configuration, I did run it a lot, but not since. But now I'm definitely going to run it. So then my future idea for the back is I'm going to get American Limited diaphragms. There's a pair, it's a pair, so probably going to need to find another River RCE unit. But I'm going to install the full functioning diaphragm on the rear. There's going to be lights on the rear. Not sure what type. I might go ahead and do something similar to what I did with my F24C, and I might install the lights right above this area right here, or on the side down here like on traditional E and F units. But it's a great locomotive. It's beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoy this mini update. I will be getting this unit more finished, like but more of it will be getting finished soon. I'm just so tired, y'all. I gotta get some sleep because I got an early day at work today. So God bless you guys, and thank you for everything. Thank you for the 900 plus subscribers and over 300,000 views worldwide. Thank you for continuing to support my channel. Thank God, thank my mom, my dad, my cat, my dog, and just thank the whole world. So God bless you guys, and I'll keep you posted on this unit. That's a given, because this unit is probably going to be the first to get finished now that it's so far along. Later.